Following a 3-year investigation, New York's Democratic Attorney General Letitia James filed a civil lawsuit on Wednesday against former President Donald Trump. She said that her office sent a criminal referral to federal prosecutors in Manhattan and the IRS, and believes it has uncovered federal crimes by former President Donald Trump and others, including bank fraud and lying to financial institutions. The revelation of possible federal crimes by the former president came as James announced a civil lawsuit accusing Trump, 3 of his adult children, Donald Trump Jr., Ivanka Trump, and Eric Trump, and some of his longtime business associates of submitting years of fraudulent financial statements in order to achieve various financial benefits. The complaint demonstrates that Donald Trump falsely inflated his net worth by billions of dollars to unjustly enrich himself, to cheat the system, James said at a press conference. "We believe the conduct alleged in this action also violates federal criminal law, including issuing false statements to financial institutions and bank fraud," James said. In a statement posted on the Truth social media site, Trump blasted the lawsuit as another witch hunt, which he said was motivated by James' re-election bid. "She is a fraud who campaigned on a Get Trump platform," Trump posted. Responding to the suit, Donald Trump Jr. used an expletive on Twitter next to a video of James. "The bullshit dim witch hunt continues," he wrote. Posting on the Truth social media site, Eric Trump also accused James of a partisan attack. He said, "Letitia James is the most corrupt attorney general in United States history. She campaigned on the promise to sue my father." During her press conference, James acknowledged she would face criticism that her lawsuit is partisan. She noted her 3-year investigation of Trump only started after Michael Cohen, his former lawyer, testified before Congress about this conduct. "Mr. Trump thought he could get away with the art of the steal, but today, that conduct ends," James said. "There aren't 2 sets of laws for people in this nation. Former presidents must be held to the same standards as everyday Americans," she added. According to James, Trump's operation, with the aid of his children and senior executives at the Trump Organization, falsely inflated his net worth by billions of dollars, and repeatedly and consistently manipulated the value of assets in order to win favorable loan terms from banks and to reduce tax payments. "This conduct was all in violation of New York state law," James said. Suit would ban Trumps from doing business in New York. The extraordinary lawsuit, which also names children Donald Trump Jr., Ivanka Trump, and Eric Trump, seeks $250 million in penalties, a permanent ban on the Trumps from running businesses in New York. The lawsuit also aims to bar the former president and his organization from buying commercial real estate in New York for 5 years. The 7 causes of action listed in the complaint: persistent and repeated fraud, falsifying business records, conspiracy to falsify business records, issuing false financial statements, conspiracy to falsify false financial statements, insurance fraud, and conspiracy to commit insurance fraud, all fall under the New York Penal Code. We are referring those criminal violations that we have uncovered to the United States Attorney for the Southern District of New York and the Internal Revenue Service, James said at a press conference. In short, he lied to gain massive financial benefits for himself, James said in a post on Twitter. During the press conference, James noted that when testifying under oath during the investigation, Trump repeatedly invoked his Fifth Amendment rights to avoid testifying. She also said that prior to Wednesday's announcement, her office had rejected a settlement offer from Trump and his organization. How Trump's alleged scheme worked. James detailed Trump business practices that she alleges were fraudulent, including representing that Mr. Trump had cash on hand that he did not have, while also egregiously inflating the market value of his real estate holdings in New York State and in Florida. The false valuations, state officials asserted, also sought to induce insurers to provide coverage at lower premiums. For a decade, Trump and the business created more than 200 false and misleading valuations of assets on his annual statements of financial condition to defraud financial institutions, the Attorney General said. The lawsuit cites one example involving Trump's property at 40 Wall Street in Manhattan. Trump's team allegedly received repeated estimates of the property's value from professional appraisers ranging from $200 million to $220 million. Then, according to the lawsuit, the Trump Organization inflated the value of the property in statements to more than $500 million in order to gain unfair advantages with lenders and insurers doing business with Trump's firm. According to James, the behavior clearly represented fraud and was not done by mistake. The inflated asset valuations in the statements cannot be brushed aside or excused as merely the result of exaggeration, the lawsuit states. Rather, they are the result of the defendants utilizing objectively false assumptions and blatantly improper methodologies. Posting on Truth Social, Trump accused James of fighting for very powerful and well-represented banks and insurance companies who were fully paid, made a lot of money, and never had a complaint about me. Trump also described James, who was black, as racist and referred to her as Peekaboo James. Alina Habba, an attorney for Trump, in a statement Wednesday accused James of filing the civil lawsuit to advance her political agenda. It is abundantly clear that the Attorney General's office has exceeded its statutory authority by prying into transactions where absolutely no wrongdoing has taken place, Habba said. We are confident that our judicial system will not stand for this unchecked abuse of authority, and we look forward to defending our client against each and every one of the Attorney General's meritless claims, she said. The lawsuit also targets Alan Weisselberg, who served as the Trump Organization's chief financial officer. Weisselberg's attorney Mary Mulligan declined NPR's request for comment. The lawsuit announced Wednesday is only the latest in a long list of legal and financial troubles facing Trump, his organization, and his family. In May, the Attorney General signaled the inquiry was nearing an end and that investigators had amassed substantial evidence that could support legal action, such as a lawsuit against Trump, his company, or both. A separate criminal trial against Trump's firm and Weisselberg, brought by Manhattan's district attorney, is scheduled to begin next month. As part of that proceeding, Weisselberg has pleaded guilty to numerous felonies and he is expected to testify.
Thank you for watching. Please share your opinion about this topic. See you soon.